Persia, now known as Iran, has made some very important contributions to our world that sometimes go unnoticed. Hey guys, welcome back to FTD Facts. My name is Leroy Kenton, and for this episode I found 10 surprising things that were either discovered or invented by Iranians that we all still use today. Okay, so starting off with the first one, at number 10, we have animation. This one blew my mind. So animation is considered to be a modern technology that has advanced a lot within the last century, but it actually dates back to ancient Persia. A 5,200-year-old goblet was discovered in the burnt city. You can see a series of drawings of a goat jumping and eating leaves from a tree. Sequences of this image were also found in other goblets in medieval Islamic Persia. And this piece of art was discovered by an Italian archaeologist from a burial site in Persia. And next up we have the battery. A battery was discovered that was made out of a ceramic pot and some metal. And the battery is known as the Parthenon battery. The battery was tested by Western scientists, and they noticed that when the battery jar was filled with vinegar or some other type of electrolyte, it generated a current of 1.5 to 2 volts, and this predates the invention of the electric battery by Alessandro Volta of Italy in the 1800s. Next up we have human rights. So this thing right here, the Cyrus Cylinder, it's recognized as the world's first universal charter of human rights. It's been dated back to 534 BCE, and the Cyrus Cylinder is made from clay with Akkadian cuneiform script, and it was discovered in the ancient area of Babylon in 1879, which is in Iraq, and it's now kept in the British Museum in London. Do you know that Persians also invented the postal service? Chapar Kane is the Persian term for the first postal service, and it was used during the Achaemenid Empire. It was created by Cyrus the Great and later developed further by Darius the Great as a method of communication throughout the Persian lands. The system comprised of a series of stations along a 2,500 meter highway throughout the empire, where the Chapars would ride horseback to be delivered from one area to another area in the kingdom. This one's another mind-blowing one. There's also the Yakchal, which is a refrigerator. So the Yakchal is an ancient evaporation cooler. So this thing is pretty awesome. The words Yak means ice and Chal means pit. These refrigerators were mainly built and used in Persia, and the Persians had mastered the technique of building and using the Yakchal by 400 BC. The structure above the ground was dome-shaped and had subterranean storage space. The underground spaces were up to 5,000 cubic meters in volume, and many of these are still standing today. Cold air entered the structure through the base. The cone shape of the Yakchal made the remaining heat flow upwards and out, which caused the inside to remain cooler than the outside temperatures. The ice was created in the winter and it was stored in the Yakchal for the summer. The Persians were just brilliant. Also, algebra has its roots in ancient Persia. Muhammad bin Musa al-Khwarizmi was a Persian scholar who lived from 750 to 850 AD. His work spanned from mathematics, astronomy, geography, and today he's best known for his method through which he taught algebra as an independent science. And this is why he is known as the founding father of algebra. Then there's also sulfuric acid. Abu Bakr Muhammad al-Razi, he was a Persian astronomer, geographer, and mathematician, and he discovered sulfuric acid, also known as vitriol. It formed the basis for chemical engineering in modern chemistry, and sulfuric acid is used in many things like fertilizers, detergents, and a bunch of other stuff. There's also the use of the alphabet. During the mid-6th century BC, the Persian Empire of the Achaemenid dynasty rose to supremacy, and it spread across Mesopotamia as well as Afghanistan. The Old Persian language developed during the early history of this dynasty, and Old Persian is classified as a syllabic script, and many sounds began to be spelled with a combination of characters rather than having its own unique symbol. Later on, a more recent Persian language known as Pre-Middle Persian was used. The earliest version of the modern guitar exists in the form of the tar or lute. Of course, now the guitar is one of the most popular and widely used musical instruments in the world, and the Persian type of guitar was made using a wooden box and some strings, and it was invented at the time when musical instruments were a very rare thing to own. And the final discovery and invention I want to share with you is the water supply system known as Qanat. In the early days of the Persian civilization, a very well designed and managed water supply system existed, and it still exists today. The canal was an underground channel that was used to carry water from the water well to fields as well as houses, and its origins can be traced back to the first millennia BC, and the tunnels that made up the canal were several kilometers long and were actually dug by hand. So guys, were you aware of some of these discoveries and inventions? Let me know which ones you knew about below in the comment section. And before you go, here's a video that I made with specific facts about Iran. You're really gonna like it, so tap the annotation that's on your screen right now, or you can click on the link to it. I'll have it below in the video description section. Hit that subscribe button as well if you haven't done so already, and ring that bell notification so you never miss any of our daily episodes here on FTD Facts. Alright guys, until next time, stay awesome, stay educated, see you tomorrow.